All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got some, of course, Modern Warfare 2 gameplay using the Vaznev submachine gun. And this is going to be part of the little series I do where it's just like updating you guys with going for gold guns. So you'll see different gameplay of whatever gun I'm going for gold at that moment. And I'll have it on the thumbnail how many I currently have. I haven't gotten any in the last few days because how busy it is with the holiday season. And as someone who works in a grocery store, this is probably the busiest time of the year along with Christmas. They changed my shifts around. I had to work longer shifts and I'm in charge of a lot more. So I just hadn't been able to get around to upload the last couple of days. And that's something that's really important to me. When I was really consistent in Black Ops 3, I was putting out 5, 6 videos a week, and that's something I like doing. Not that I also don't like making sure everything I put out is something I'm proud of. I am, but consistency is also just as important for me. Like, I want you guys to know and rely on me if you like watching my videos that you know it's going to come around the certain day or a certain time. I really like the idea of being a part of someone's daily routine because those are who my favorite YouTubers are or my favorite Twitch streamers are. And it's always like a little bit of a letdown where I'm like, oh, I thought I was supposed to post today and I didn't see them. And I totally understand people get busy, but it's just like when it's built into a part of the day, it's like it can throw you off a little bit. So now my schedule is going to be back to normal. I hope you guys all have a good holiday. So we'll be seeing a lot more consistent content from me, which I'm very excited about. So we'll start these videos talking about like just the gun itself or just like the day of pubs itself, but I don't want to talk about like a gun for 8 minutes. Nobody wants to hear me talk about a Vaznev for 8 minutes. That's really boring. So we'll move on to different topics after, but I'll just talk about the Vaznev first off, where this isn't in the tier of like my favorite main submachine guns. Whatever the main sub most people run is, like for example, Black Ops 2 MSMC I loved, VMP Black Ops 3, and then in another tier would be like MP40 World at War, ASM1 Advanced Warfare. This is probably a little bit below that, where it's definitely probably still the best submachine gun in the game, but it's not like my favorite to use. That's probably the Lockman or even the MP7. The Lockman I was actually probably better with, but the Vaznev is probably the best. This is the only gun I'd had the advantage of using before I actually played pubs because I play game battles with my friend, and this is the main submachine gun everybody uses. So it was actually pretty easy for me to get like jump on and get like decent gameplay with this gun because I'd already used it, and by the time I got to playing pubs, I already knew the attachments I wanted and like how the gun works and the ranges and all that stuff. So today was actually pretty nice to get on and only play for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and be able to get some gameplay that's not horrendous. So we got that going for us. But again, back to the holidays. It really makes me miss a simpler time. And I do not miss school. I definitely have never missed school in my life. But I do miss like that feeling of, okay, we have a long weekend. I'm just gonna play video games with my friends because you all with school don't have the time to play during the week in sports or extracurricular activities or whatever. So when you get those weekends or those extra long weekends where it's just like, I'm just gonna do this and nothing else, it's the best. I definitely think about Christmas and like Christmas news, which another thing with skill-based matchmaking the way it is, you're not gonna get that as much. But that's just like it reminds me of a simpler time where like not everything was so complicated. I had like different priorities of life and just being an adult. Like I still play now and I play with the same friends I've played with, but you have different work schedules, you live in different time zones, you have relationships, you want to go out, like you have to balance it more and it'll never be like what it used to be, which is always sad, but I'm still so thankful I get to play with the same people I played with and I'm still playing video games and enjoying them. So I hope you guys all have a good holiday if you celebrate. Personally, for me, it's not a holiday I enjoy very much. One, because of the history for it in America, and two, because it's like it's a little bit hypocritical where it's like it's supposed to be a time of thanks and everyone being kind to each other, which there definitely are still people like that. But as someone who works at a grocery store in retail, you also see the worst of people it brings out at this time of the year. So for me, it's not really something I look forward to at all. And I'm also a really picky eater, so I don't really eat much Thanksgiving food. Like I eat like I will eat turkey even though I don't think it's that great. I'll eat rolls. I'll eat like apple pie, mac and cheese. Like it's not like I like eating, but it's not like oh boy, I can't wait for the food on Thanksgiving. So I do love football. I'm a Raiders fan, unfortunately. Watching football is probably on Thanksgiving is one of the most American traditions. So I'm a little upset. I do work that day, but that's good because extra money for working a holiday. But I'll miss some of the football, so that sucks. So yeah, like I said with this series, uh, This is going to be something that probably is like sprinkled in a couple times a week now that I have more time to go for gold guns. But other than that, I want to by ideally post one Warzone video a week because I think the live comms brings like a little bit more of a comedy than these videos do where I talk about something. I'll definitely sprinkle in some live comms with like public matches as well, but I think Warzone is just a different. I want to keep it fresh, so I definitely will post Warzone once a week. I plan on game battles like little highlight packages like best of the day or best of the week of my game battles experience. So that'll be a little bit because I'm still learning the game. Uh, but I'm excited for that. And then there's still other things that I'm trying to figure out with series because in Black Ops 3 I did so many things, and like I talked about in my first video back, it's all about finding what you're passionate about and what strives you to get on. And I definitely think my favorite thing like is this, a recorded commentary talking about something with gameplay in the background. It's never going to be about the gameplay for me. Like obviously I'm like anyone else is. I want you guys to see my best, but I don't want anyone to be like, "Oh my gosh, he drops a chopper gunner in every gameplay." It takes me like 5 games to get like I will definitely post like full games at some point as well when it's like a good game, but like I'm never gonna just put out my worst gameplay unless it's like for comedy purposes. Like obviously, like it's the same with like you see with like social media. Like everybody seems super happy and loving life at every moment, but it's just not the case. And it's the same with putting up gameplay. Obviously, you're gonna put out your best. Everybody cares what people think a little bit, so I put up my best. But it's not. Today was an easier day to get on and play, but there's times where I play for like 2.5 hours and I'm just like I can't get good gameplay. And it's one of those funny things where the more you stress about it, the harder it is to get. Like, which is why I just need to remind myself, just put on the Elgato. Don't even think about like, I have to get this for YouTube. And just like save it up. And if I have to post a video one day and I have a great idea, but I don't really have gameplay yet, like I can go into my archives and be like, okay, I have pretty decent gameplay here. I'll put it on in the background. So like Call of Duty is definitely my main game. I also want to spread out and probably in the future get into a few other games, but I wouldn't say like Call of Duty is like super driving of what my channel's about. Like I said, I'm not going to be like a tips and tricks guy or anything like that. I will talk about the game a lot, but I think for me, it's more what I enjoy to play, what I like as background, what brings people to the channel, and then what I hope keeps people to the channel is my commentary or just like our discussions in the comment section and whatnot. That's what really excites me about YouTube. But so I'm excited to get back to my really consistent schedule, guys, playing this game. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.